Oh, pop my back. That felt so good. For anyone that comes onto the show too, people, you're more than welcome to play on the show and realize that you can talk and say whatever you want. If I don't want to hear it, or it's just too much talk or the wrong type of voice for the show, I do my best just to mute people and leave it at that. Some games, unfortunately, like I said with Minecraft, there is no mute option. So when that happens, I just kick them. Warnings go out, yada yada. But it's never to take anything serious and personal with it, or then I'm pissed. It's the most like passive way of dealing with it. And like I said, some people, live busy lives, and some people live don't. Everyone's got their different mic quid pro quo. One of my main peeves is just keeping it like chill for the show, because if I'm trying to host and like somebody else is talking constantly, somebody else is talking constantly, and somebody else is talking constantly, or if we're in a combat situation and I take my shit league ranked tournament serious, and I'm trying to give out like orders and use strategy and stuff like that, and people are just like babbling, and no one can hear it, that's when it starts to get like, okay, gotta filter a little. If anything, just demeaning or like belittling or insulting to the host of the servers, the show, the game, the crew, the guilds. That, that's pretty like obviously not going to go fly well, people. You're not going to really, it's like we've had somebody in Minecraft a couple days ago that was like really bossy to me and was all like, "Come here, come on, Stardust." Like I've been playing with them for years, and they were a friend of mine, and they were as old as me, and all that, and people might be like, "Oh, you're overreacting a little bit, blah blah blah," but you know what? We all react to that kind of stuff. So just always watch your P's and Q's, and remember utmost respect for the host with the most. I'm beating some chips here again, so I'm gonna mute my mic. I was kind of hoping there'd be some new GTA DLC today. The only reason I didn't play it was that. Actually, the only reason I didn't play GTA today is when I first turned it on, no one was playing GTA. And when I looked at my long list of friends, I was like, well, everyone's playing something different, but more than 3 people were playing Destiny, and that's where I went. But it was kind of smart, get back into the practice. Like I said, people, this is a game about learning to walk before you run with Destiny, and a lot of people try to run to the higher level thinking they're going to get more XP and better rewards and stuff like that, but then they find they just get frustrated, and then when at the very end, when it's the toughest, and they get so frustrated that you quit on it, and we've all been there, myself included. Then you're like, well, that really wasted time. Like I could have done that weekly challenge on hard 20 and done it twice in the time it took me to fail at the hard 26. Trying to reach for the extra strange coins there tends to be kind of a not. I know you can only do the weekly once, but it's kind of like a trade-off. Some people are just going to power right through that. Obviously, I didn't have the right firepower for that. We weren't even making a dent in the ogre. We were getting killed by the minions. Firepower, firepower, firepower.
Man, I'm worth more than this bullshit.
It wasn't crap. You were just kept saying shut up and shut up. I wasn't insulted by it whatsoever, or I would have like muted you and said something. I just figured a soft mute. Like I said, I host a show, so I'm always talking. Some people like can't take that. They think I'm always talking to them. Things like that, you know. I figure, you know, people come in and they're 12 and they're 15 and they're 19 and they're 25 and they're 30 and they're 35 and they're 40. They can all act as assholes and they can all act mature, you know. So I've never really thought about like that, you know. I mean, you definitely can tell when some people come on, their attitude is like really young, not young assholey smart ass teenager. That's whatever, but just like, you know, mommy. God, kitty. Why won't it let me go over to that? Weird. Fine, I'll go to the handbook. Blah, whatever. Do I have any skill points? Oh, I do. Rarely used. I can be used. View my tattoo. I like this aspect, how you can build the tattoo up. Slightly different depending on your skill. No, fair. I wasn't upset at all by any of that. It's just one of those aspects where I'm like, okay, you know, I'm trying to talk and host a show and give commands out to people and kind of like make a good YouTube video. No, definitely get that on Minecraft the most. We get that on Minecraft more than any other game. It's one of the reasons why I had to take a break from it. You know, not only just a constant like, can I play with you? Can I play with you? It's like, as soon as I ask them, like, are you like under the age of 14? This channel, and I will say this, there's a few people that have an exception to the rule, but this channel is really meant for mature audiences. But 14 and up is about all I'll play with. Most of the games I play, people, you shouldn't be letting your 12-year-olds fucking play or watch. You know, I think 14, PG-13 movies, you know, it becomes point. But also there's the don't ask, don't tell. If I don't ask how old you are and you don't tell, how the fuck am I supposed to know? If you don't act, I can't tell. And that means basically if you act like a kid, I can pretty much tell you're a kid. You know what I mean? And it's kind of one of those rules you just gotta throw down sometimes. You know? Yeah, that kid yesterday, like fucking Nike Mike or something, like came into our game on Minecraft that day we were playing, like on Friday, and was like, "Oh, okay, I understand all the rules," and we let him in. Nate is cool, or whatever. He comes in. He's 9 years old. He runs all the way to me. He's starving. He breaks into my house. Tries to take stuff out of my trunk. I tell him he has to go get me wood for food. He goes outside, starts cutting down my favorite tree in front of my house, and then he's like, "Oh, I gotta go," because his mom came and he went off and played Minecraft with like his friends. And then he came in another day and was like, "Let me in your GTA crew. Let me in there." I go to his GTA account and he's got like 120 million in like sold cars. Total hack, duping cars and selling them. Because people, if you're about level 250 and you play as much as I do, you should have like 5 to 10 million in sold cars. That's about average, and I've sold a lot of cars. So when you got people with like 20, 30, 40, or 50, more than not, if I look at their transaction receipt, which is on your social club account, dumbasses, it'll say like Zentorno, 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 and that's pretty much how it works. What you sold, how modded it was, and what date in real time date you sold your vehicles, and are all kept track of, assholes. Okay, I'm gonna pee. Try to eat a little more food in me. Nice. Zentorno. I have a Zentorno. I like my Zentorno. Get some more chips in me here really quick before we do this. If I knew for sure we were just going to go into a story here for like 5 minutes, I'd just eat and do it, but I'm not sure, so.